Hey Cody, thanks for the video. Today we're going to be comparing your backhand to the backhand of Kristina Mladenovic. She's a former top 10, I think she's around number 42 in the world right now. You mentioned that you're having some issues with developing fluid momentum on your backhand. So to fix that, we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at the racket path and we're going to look at the wrist leg. Now take a look at the racket path that Kristina is using here. See how it's a big C? This allows her to gain momentum through her backhand so that she picks up racket head speed as she follows through. Now let's compare that racket path to the one that you're using here. See how it's a smaller C? So what you're doing here is you're kind of killing your momentum as you're coming through the shot, so it ends up as more of a push than a real penetrating backhand. So let's try to make it look a lot more like this racket path where you make a big C, taking up a lot of space. Don't be scared to take up space on your backhand and make that big C with your racket to come right through it. So the second thing I want to talk about is the wrist leg. An analogy I like to use is pretend that there's a camera in the butt of the racket and you're trying to take a picture of the ball just before impact. So that's what Kristina is doing here. So as she comes through her stroke, this angle is allowing her to use her wrist to drive through that backhand, creating a lot more power. Now, if we look at the angle of your racket, the butt of the racket is facing nowhere near the ball. So as you come through your stroke, it's not allowing you to really get the wrist involved, and it becomes more of a push than a shot that you could really generate power with. So Cody, if you can focus on those two main things, the racket path and the wrist leg, I know your backhand will improve. Let me know how it goes. Thanks.